Maybe I should have thought this out a little bit more. Cause I don't know where my voice is going. Cause I have the headphones on, they plugged in. So, right, where can I find? Can I find? I can find. Okay, my voice is right here. I hope that's my. 'Cause I cannot. I can't hear myself, but I'm thinking that like the earphones, right? That's what I'm doing. I don't know if it's going from the back of the computer or up here, but I don't know, people. Um, I'm just doing a live show. I appreciate all my listeners because I haven't made a show in almost 2 weeks, but I still get like stragglers to come and listen. Um, maybe because I changed my banner, so you get a couple new people, however it is. But I appreciate um, all of the love or however. I had a stroke, so I'm about to get emotional. That's why I haven't been making the show. However, I don't know what to say about it, you know. Um, yeah, so what's up, Dion? What's I say, dead man? Dead? I can't see your name. My vision is kind of messed up from the stroke, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't say the names or however it goes. But I appreciate anybody who come in and listen. Just trying to get a couple of things off my chest, I guess. I don't know what to push myself up a little bit. Right. I'm only going to be emotional for a minute because I'm not really on that shit. So, um, just like that, we can move on. I don't know. Right. This show is like, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Um, Subject matter. Okay. So, people, um, let me just dive in a deep in. What do I want to say though? Oh, I do want to say this because I know, you know, it happens to most of us, and that's like some type of successful black man. I'm not ever saying that I've been successful, but I mean, I was struggling trying to keep up or however. So I saw things. I don't know. I have to make choices myself, and the whole point is like this is the thing about talking to people or trying to explain yourself as a nigga. I'm black. I'm not black, right? You know, so I choose to call myself a nigga, right? And so it's like Kanye. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like we live in an upside down world, bizarro world, whatever you want to call it. So um, people try to express themselves, they may sound crazy, or you try to sound, um, you try to make sense out of a crazy world because the world is not set up for you to function correctly. And my point to that is about like niggas lose their mind. Successful, you know what I'm saying? Being around white people and you being successful or, having money or dignity. I don't know what to say. Like being a real, like it's not allowed. We're not allowed as as what they call black people to be real, um or you snap because everything around you, you realize one day it's not real. You know, I mean, we are the ones that live in this fucking uh, matrix. You know, and it's like, you snap, and then everybody looking at you crazy. You know, it's like if you don't get yourself back together, now you're gonna be always ostracized. I'm not saying like what Kanye done lost his mind. And that's as simple as that. He done lost his mind, um, and because this is what happens when you try to walk that line between reality and being a nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like sooner or later you gonna snap. Antonio Brown, Kanye, like Jay-Z. I ain't gonna right. I'm not gonna talk about him, but like the people that could deal with it is because they got feminine in them anyway. So they like that like they're more docile. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they talk about. How I do understand the fact that like a man with no home training or without proper guidance, what I'm saying, is like a wild animal, in the world. But they teach most of them, they control, what I'm saying, the little hunky boys and stuff like that. But when it comes to niggas and black people, we we don't get that same type of training, and or even allowed to play the same type of mind games that the others get to play. Like even me, talking right now sounds crazy, but it's like all right, let's take what Kanye is doing, okay, and do it like this. So like he want to talk about Hitler, he want to talk about the Holocaust and things like that, uh, you know, because well, first of all, I agree with a lot of other people, in the in the in the black YouTube, what I'm saying, to talk about like he's mad because, you know, the white people won't accept him, and or he want to be in that club. He wanted to be, he talk about like the blacks and the like he talking about the blacks is bullying him. It's really the corporate America that he wanted to be into. You know what I'm saying, the hunkies, the white hunkies. He want to be with them, and they don't want, like he realizing that he's just a pet monkey. Excuse my language. I've been right. I'm kind of out of sorts myself, and my language gets, it doesn't. You have to think of your words, right? You have to use your words. Use your words. But the thing is, like a lot of times, you want to say fuck that, because everything has been Europeanized and all this, and to, by your perspective, like I wanted to, like, I did, I told it, like when we made the last show, me and Binky, I had said that, we did niggerize the world, I mean, everything is, this whole world is like low level, you know, regular black people shit, Like I'm a uppity nigga. I come from a uppity clan, you know. It's like we look down, what I'm saying, on basically everybody, what I'm saying, especially hunkies, like but niggas, you can understand them, you're like it's like being Jesse Jackson, what I'm saying, and then, talking about Barack Obama, right? What I'm saying? Those are type of like that's what that's how these are the real black people, what I mean, of the world, and so like it's never, but it's too much vitriol for each other, to um to go against the common enemy. But it's nobody, like everybody has their soldiers. I'm just talking out the side of my head, people. I'm so sorry. I really want to let me just slow down. I just have so much on my mind, you know. I'm scared I'm gonna lose my mind now, because I can't like my vision is different, it's messed up, it's like I can't see because of the stroke, you know. So it has like cut off like half my vision. It's so weird, and it's like so. It makes me understand about like imagine people that can't read, like literally can't read, and you look at stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. Or like people with low level IQs, where the stuff the words that they're looking at don't really make any sense to them. Like that's how I've been feeling over this last week, almost that uh I can't because I'm trying to read his name and this say deaf bed dead bed talk. Oh, that's the title. Oh, I'm the one who wrote that shit. Dead bed talk. Right, see what I'm saying? I ain't even right. I didn't even type that in correctly. Like I think I was trying to spell another word. What I'm saying, dead, dead bed talk. I don't know why I wrote that. Like I was trying to say something else. I was saying dead man talk. I think maybe that was it. I don't know. And like the more I look at it, the more the the blurrier it gets. And so now people, right? We already had the cancer. My blood count been going low, so I have leukemia now. On top of the stroke, you know, and like stuff like that. You don't want to talk about, or who do you talk about with that? And then uh, uh, my my mother, right? Cause I called. I think I told told my sister, and then she told the rest of them, but um, I guess I don't know why I even told her. I mean, like, felt like I was just about to die. I was close to having a heart attack. I could tell that also. I wonder. I hope that I'm talking into this microphone and not just having to talk over there, right? Because it seemed like that. Like I might be talking in the wrong direction. I might be talking in the wrong direction. Okay, stop it. Right, then my phone, I could try to check, right? But like last time I tried to check or watch the show or see what the show was doing while I was doing the show, on the phone and seeing, what was going on the other end. I think they cut me off my live show. So I'm going, this is either really um, close, like my vocals are okay, or I'm talking like halfway away from the mic, and it kind of seemed like that more than this. So maybe I just talk to y'all like this. Right? You have to have I don't have any assistance. Um, and like which one of these would you supposed to talk to? Like if it was the headphone microphone, which one you supposed to talking to? Either one is do either one suffice? I guess I just wanted to talk, a little bit because I feel right. I haven't made my show. It's done. I don't know, almost a month. I mean, like it's been too long. A few weeks. Um, I had I don't know. I've been going through some things because I think I made a show like by myself. Um, like a few days after the other show, and I was crying. And I can't even remember why I was crying. You know, I think it was just like even before anything was wrong. It's like I guess I just had this feeling like this shit ain't gonna like like this is not the story of a happy ending or like it's not like I feel like sometimes I'm just wasting my fucking time because nobody listens and like I don't know why I was crying like I'm about to start crying now. You know what I mean? Like my feelings is just kind of wrapped up in stuff right now. And I be thinking of like I wanted to like for all this time like I used to be thinking about like um the world is like Terminator 2, at the end and how uh you had to she was making her tapes, and talking about how the world was gonna be, in the future and how we had to, stay strong and fight on and stuff like that. And I always, like that's what I've been thinking about with my show, like hopefully somebody one day might find the, the tapes, the lost tapes, and talk about, what I mean, and listen to all the things that I said that probably came to pass a long time ago, you know, um, and that, and this alternate timeline, but to like be honest and explain to people, how how messed up the world is, and how they do it on purpose. They lie on purpose. They make and people believe in the lies on purpose. Though, it's not that hard to believe in the truth, or or not to believe in a lie. You know, I mean, it's just like now everybody. I just seen the dude the I don't know on some show or however he said African American, then he corrected himself and said black. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said they don't even say Caucasian no more. They say white. And like this is the fucking joke of it. You know, you purposely make division. You purposely put somebody like now they was using the Bible and other things and survival of the fittest, the Darwin's theory, to talk about how black people were lower than white people, right? Than Caucasians, and this it was reasons and things like that, and religion was in it, and and we were slower, but now they don't have that to fall back on. You don't have the religion to fall back on. You don't have the lies of all right. All right, I guess I gotta talk to you guys later. All right. I have oh they just coming to do my vitals. Give me a second. So, it's like they don't have that anymore. I don't know. Give me a second, people, because I can't forget what I was just talking about. Right. Small talk. I don't know. I really want to know which speaker is using this. Because if, I don't know, microphone plugs up to the headset, and then it goes right. The headphones and the microphone. I don't know if they're all running through the same system or not, but right, because I can't tell when it lights up which direction it's coming from, and that means I don't know how the sound quality is or how high or low it is in the first place. Like 6 o'clock. I've been in the hospital for like three 3 days now. I suppose it's a whole lot of stuff been going on because came in here twice. No ma'am, thank you. Been in here twice. I got kicked out the hospital. I want to sue their ass so bad because it's not it's the people. But you get to sue the hospital because of how the people treat you. And so like, they've been saving my life and everything like that. But I want to sue their ass so bad because of the people, because y'all, like I don't, it's like bad doctors or nurses and all the whole system, like they're like cops, like a bad cop. It's like you they will continue to get away with doing shit, and while the rest of them are mostly good, like, but once you've been treated horribly, like you just feel like they it's all in them, like I don't know, the way they treat me. I'm not gonna talk about other people. It's just the way, like, I get treated sometimes, like a second class, third class citizen. It's in their demeanor, it's in their talk, it's in their actions. When a person is, when I don't know, like everybody, maybe I'm not psychic, right? I mean, like we all have these same abilities to to read people and to get a sense, of threat or danger from them, or or um, helpfulness. You you're supposed to be able to feel, and know good people from bad people, or however it goes. I guess a lot of people mask themselves, right? They walk around with a mask, and like that. I guess those type of people will always, be able to get over on me because I don't, right? I guess you don't trust certain people. I mean, you don't trust everybody. You don't trust most people, right? So I'm doing this on the live, right? Because I know ain't nobody listening. Um, I don't know. I probably won't even, put this up as a show for myself because I'm not talking about shit. But it's been 24 minutes, so maybe, and like I said before, I don't know how it's going to sound, and I should have just recorded a file, just a vocal file, and then put it up later. Like But like when you record it and then you transfer it over, you lose the sound, some of the sound quality. And like I said, like looking right now, like these headphones, why are these headphones? You will not. You will. You will be able to have your own voice. Do it. Wow. I think have I messed up this whole show? Was that me coming in live? Is that me coming in live? So like I'm a guest on my own show because I'm getting the feedback. So now I need to talk a little faster. I always talk so slow. It's like I got Down syndrome or something. Maybe I hope that's the microphone back on. So the microphone is on, but say you will be able to hear. Oh, you will be able to hear your own voice. So that's how my voice sounds. All right, so at least I know we are talking. But like, where are we talking from? That's what I've been asking the whole time. Like, does it matter if I'm talking the towards the microphone or away from the microphone? Is this different? Okay, so right. I think it's that way. Is that a way? Is that a way, right? You guys are that way. So you're on the other side. I have no listeners. Oh, I did have one. No, I didn't. I was reading my own damn name. All right, so let me cut this off. So, okay, so I know that you guys can hear me now, and I know to talk like um um Lurch. You know I'm old, right? What would be a new name? Who talks slow nowadays? I don't know. Talking like a sloth or something like that. But I have no notes. You know, I just picked up the microphone and started recording. Right? You remember the back in the old days of the show how we did that? How I'll be in the closet. It's like I'm getting out the trying to make the sound better. Um, wow, it's been a few. I did this thing. It was like I did it half-ass. Like that's the whole thing about life. People, people, people could be successful. You know, if they just try more, you can do anything. Like this world is full of idiots. I mean, from the top to the bottom. I mean, especially. I mean, not especially, but hunkies. Like they are delusional, right? Living in a fantasy world, and they think, and they're trying to maintain that, and like that will fall, and then like niggas trying to go into that fantasy world, and it's like, and you don't even fit, so like you are doing yourself a disservice, right? And people, I don't know, right? And the whole world is confused because really, God is a girl, right? And they don't, and nobody, and that throws everything off, right? Because the man, like, it's really diabolical, you know. I like, I part of me. I mean, it's two parts, right? Part of right is there's two ways this shit happen, like one or both, right? Both, okay. is it could have happened one way or another, or it could have been both. Same damn time, people. It's about because like you could take what's going on now, um, and within our world. I mean, just the last right, the 50 years. Then you had to like, if I'm 50 years old, then you had to give me 100 years before. I mean, 100 years. I mean, 50 years before and 50 years after, right? Because that's basically was I'm gonna know I learned everything from the 50 years before me, um, and then uh, because I'm 50 now, I'm going to know, I could, the pattern is not going to stop. It's not, the world's not going to change in the next 50 years. So I know how the world is going to be in the next 50 years also. So my point is that we're always stuck in the middle of life, and it's so hard for me, you know, how to listen to younger people, right now and talking about uh like on the Adam 22 show, right? He has these younger uh niggas, right? I gotta come up with a word, brothers and sisters, right? So they have these younger brothers and sisters, right? I'm trying not to use people's names because like Star is like he don't talk about people's names, so he don't talk about other YouTubers and things like that. I don't know, I might have to deviate from that. I try to follow a lot of some of the things he say. I try to follow a lot of stuff like the Doggy Diamond say because I've been listening to them the longest. And like some, and Corey Holcomb. I've tried. Those are my podcast. Mentors and OGs. So, but like how they talk. How Gina talk. How um, Almighty Suspect. Like and like even when you have and like it's Sharp, right? He always you could tell that nigga used to be a pimp because he always wanna like he ain't pimping no more, but like he be trying to motivation talk. He be trying to motivational talk people and shit. Like, man, we need to do this shit right now. We need to they fuck that. We need to come up and do our stuff now. But it's like, like people, like y'all don't remember the Black Panthers. Y'all don't remember, what I'm saying, Tupac. Y'all don't remember fucking um, Public Enemy. Like I remember having the African pin, whatever that stuff. What was we wearing? It was just, it was just some. It was just some leather and a strap, and a string on it, right? With the African, with the continent of Africa on it, and the green and the green. What is the green, the black, and the red? What is it? Damn it! Right? Yeah. I can't remember his name. I mean, I can't remember their name. Like my brain's kind of scrambled, people, because of the stroke too. I can't like. Can you understand? Like they asked me some simple ass questions, and I didn't know. Like I think it might have been a day of the week they asked me, and and they asked me. I don't. It's right. My brain's still messed up because I can't think. But they was asking me simple questions. Okay, now somebody really did come into the show this time. I'm not just reading the title of the show. I welcome you. I can't read your name because I had a stroke. So, like the names are like the letters are kind of fuzzy and stuff like that. So I appreciate anybody that's listening, or the one person or two people that listen, right? And then they can come in and they go out, so you think you still talking to somebody, but they're gone. But like that's cool too, right? Um, what was I saying? I was talking about how okay, but like listening to them and like, just the whole conversation. Cause Sharp younger than me too, you know. He 30 something. I think he's 30 something. He could be 30 something. So he young. You know what I mean? Even Adam. I don't know. He's come out. He's 38. That nigga, I don't know. But like he probably, you know, he might be, you know, a little bit. He might be a little bit older than that. But Joe Budden say he only like 40, right? He been saying 40 for a minute, but like, however, you know, I didn't know I was that much older than him either. You know, like that. He like come out like that's damn near 10 years. Like so, you know, like, what when Pump It Up came out, like, right? When was that? Was that 2000? That would be 2000. I guess I was about I am about that age. It was 2000. Yeah, I was like 28, right? The millennium, the new millennium, the new millennium. I was pushing 28. I was 28, right, when the new year came in. So you know, these people anyway. It's like always the same. Obviously, we're not listening to our older generation. You know, obviously because you know I was taught this stuff and I tried to do better. I tried to you know like but it was drug dealing. You know, it wasn't webcasting. Who is this? Seeing something on the news. I can't read. Damn, it say oh, it's gone now. But it was I tried right. It was drug dealing. It wasn't podcasting. It wasn't. It was only drug dealing. You know because uh, I mean you could get a job. Like I had two jobs. You know where like I go on the block and make a month worth of a month worth of that. You know and it was you know it's up to you to not fall into the trap or however it goes. But I fell into the trap, uh, and I got right. I got snared. I mean, I have friends that that escaped it. You know, but I'm one of the people, right? You know, I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna keep on fucking up or fuck up epically and stuff like that. And like, I mean, I've been to jail on my day off before. You know, it's like what the fuck, you know, and for little minor things and stuff like that. Like half my stuff is just for petty, like not, you know, like not having enough sense to go get a fucking lawyer, you know, and not go to jail, Richard. You know, like that was more important than anything else because I was kept on. I was losing time, and I didn't know that at the time. You know, uh, that losing time counts. You know, because even though like I learned more, I'm smarter, you know, I'm stronger than I am, you know, what I was, but my maturity level it's not, you know, is not there. I'm not keeping up with the society and the times, you know, like people might, you know, people go through things when you're gone or people go through life, right? You know, I'm just, you know, I'm suspended in animation and like thinking I'm plotting and when I come home, like bam, you know, the first 90 days, first 5 6 months, you know, you got it all together. Then the people, you know, like the people that you around, they haven't changed, you know, and it's like you haven't. I don't know. It's like even talking to them or even being around them is not something that it's not about like going back to jail. It's like um, even though they even though they might not be doing nothing, they have more life experience, right? Because you know, I'm you still talking like a like the 21-year-old kid or whatever, the 21-year-old that left, you know, and people that start smoking dope, right? That shit happened. I didn't, right? My friends, right, turn into, you know, uh, the dope heads, and then we smoked water, right, from where I'm from. So that's a devastating drug in itself. It's not like you're gonna be strung out on shit. You're gonna die. You're gonna kill somebody. Like, so that's not like a long lasting drug. But the people that like smoke fucking preems or moved on. The hell is that noise? Moved on to cocaine, or crack and stuff like that. You know, they might now instead of right, they might mix the water with, then they got crack, weed, and Jeffries. I call them. They call these motherfuckers Jeffries. It's like these people like this is like these are my contemporaries. Like you have a few, and like I said, like like my nigga Ronnie Merle, like even Ant. Like people they keep on, they maintain somehow. However, like going to jail just destroys, all everything, and you're a ghost. Once again, it's like it's very, it's a book. It's a book I could write about, you know, coming home from jail, like because people, I'm sure, it's been right. I, I been books written about it. I be talking about I want to write a book, I mean another book, because I did write a book, people. Even though you might not never know or hear about it, I did write one, and it felt, it's like it's the only thing I ever done in my life. I said that before. Like that's why I think I be crying because it was like, it's like, what did you do with your life? Like that's the whole point that hurts the most is like, what did you do? And obviously no one cares, So, if you haven't impacted your family or or did something to make yourself live on, like you will be forgotten. And people, won't think about you. However, so I was told before, you only live as long as the last person that remembers you. And um, in my cockiness, right, I swear, that I was put on this earth for a reason, right? This place you call earth is really a heart, you know? And I don't care what nobody say, because that y'all have to give me, that one y'all have to give me, because I haven't heard nobody ever, man, woman, child, nigga, black, white, nobody ever told me that heart was actually, earth was actually, spelled heart, a mixing of the words, right? A mixing of the letters, I should say. You take a letter here and you put it there, and all of a sudden, all of this shit makes sense. Like it's the same thing about God as a girl. All you have to do is take the the he and replace it with she, and all of a sudden, all of that shit will make sense, especially to a man. You know, like this is why we was tricked. And it's like this is why we have this breakdown in the man's mind, right? Where they just men, right? They drive themselves crazy trying to be the image of God, trying to be made, trying to be the one that was made in the image of God. Niggas didn't enjoy themselves crazy. You see how the world is now. I mean, like there's no more evident than, people like Bruce Jenner, or everybody, all of them, And it's like women are are fucking tricking men into doing stuff, into being this way where all they doing is saying that they lesbian. All they doing is saying that they don't mess with men, but that's what they always did to keep other men. You know what I'm saying? To keep men away from them. So they say I don't know what tactics they have to use. To keep the ones that they don't want. Around. To keep the ones that they don't want. And in line. It's like this pussy ain't for all y'all. But every lesbian, right? All of them, they got dick in their life. That's what I'm trying to say. They might treat them like shit. They might treat them like uh, or whatever. But they got a dick in their life. You know, and then or after they done with all the dick that they needed in life, then they cool. You know what I'm saying? Shit, and so they pussy might be broke. They probably, what I'm saying? Some of them went too hard. Some of them, what I'm saying? Shit is blowed out, right? I remember I used to date this one girl, Katrina, talking about she always had to wear panty liners because talking about her pussy was always wet. No, bitch, your pussy always leaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you had 3 kids back to back or however, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And your pussy is broke, and ain't, and, and then I had this one girl, right? Shanette, my fake baby mama, that you know what I'm saying? I want to sue her before I die. Like I need to sue some people before I die, people, so we can get this shit on record. But my fake baby mama, right? She kept a tight pussy, like the gripper one, right? The one, it's like it could hold you in there, it let you go. I had this other girl like that too. She's a push me. She pushed. Well, I only had sex with her once because she was really my dude's girl, but she had a tight pussy. But like the ones with the loose ones, right? So you have those with the loose ones, you know. It's like I think I have to. I seen right. I had my phone coming, people, but like I can draw. I gotta. I have to start my class. You know, I have all the tools, and like right, me having a stroke now, like God be trying to move me along. I told y'all to be right. I told y'all that's why I started the show, and that's why I had to be a minister and all this other type of stuff because like I'm like I'm like the new I don't know like the new old Jesus, because like y'all keep on fucking up the message, I guess, and I keep on I gotta come back. I get sent back, get left behind to explain what's going on, and like I'm talking up here. I don't even know how much y'all can hear me because I'm like I got the earphone by my mouth, but I don't think that's where the sound is coming from. So me talking up there up to the ceiling might be messing up y'all sound quality a little bit. So I apologize, but so right, me suing people and me being chosen by the upper right? What the right? I call them they. I just say they, them, the same stuff that right. The same like the same stuff from the Bible or the Torah and the Quran. There's only like, and this is why like Jews like I don't understand with Jews because they. They use like right okay good analogy would be like the golems, like they use people like golems, like they use the whole Christianity belief as a golem to hide behind because they don't believe in Jesus, they don't believe in heaven or hell, and stuff like that. I don't. I would like to know the the I don't know Hebrew, so I can't ever read for myself, you know, and know for sure for myself, what's going on, But even like in the same thing with being being a Muslim or believing in in Allah, you can never know as a nigga the whole story if you don't know Arabic or you don't know you missing little nuances, especially um, with the Jews, you know, and they hide behind, they hide like they act like they cool. I mean, right? They get along. They don't talk about you know Christian people being against God or however. They actually they have absorbed the they have absorbed the Christian um, religion. And so what? So are they? So there's not even really any really. It's not even really real Jews. How about that part? Right? You can't. Not in America. You can't hide behind and have relations like you having relations and you having deals and things like that with people that believe in the opposite of you, or they don't believe in your religion at all. It's like, this is why it all comes down to hunkyism, right? And so that's what they have spread throughout the world is hunkyism, so the color doesn't matter. Like, the color matters. Only the color matters. Your religion, your beliefs don't matter, as long as you believe in hunkyism. You can be Dominican Republic, you can be, like as long as, right, as long as you are pale enough, to be part of the hunkyism. I think I like that hunkyism because it's like it's not it's a manipulation of the mind, you know, it's like you know, there's no such thing as a white person, and so everybody in the world, what I'm saying, anybody listening to me now, right? If you're not white, if you come from that spectrum, that no color spectrum, you are not white. And so you cannot attribute the definition of white to your name, because white is right is a something that we use as a color, you know, black, white, yellow, green, blue, because these are colors that that um that can be used to paint a picture, and um and they are just colors of a drawing, or right, drawing, a color of animation, right? They are it's part of a box, but and it has a definition, just like black has a definition, brown has a definition, yellow has a definition, I think, but a lot of those, right there, a lot of those are just not, they're not, they're not people, right? So they're not ascribed to people, or they're not ascribed to, I don't know, what do they say yellow is in the right, I guess I could look at it, I could find out, right? What do they say yellow is, and what is yellow? Can't find my phone. My point is this, I don't care about that. My point is this, right? Um, that a person is not a color, and so, and when we live in we've been tricked into to volunteering, right? Volunteering for a team that can't win. I don't know what the challenge is. Like, they want to challenge us, um, to a fight, but they know, it's 100 against one. Like, you can't, like, I'm not black. My color is a nice brown golden color. I mean, I'm the best color, you know, on the spectrum. And that's what everybody is jealous of. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers, everybody jealous of me. I'm the you know right, I'm the golden brown color. You know what I'm saying? I'm the perfect color between darky dark and pelly pale, right? And so they want to throw me on team black and anybody that's there is no right. Ain't no tar babies. You know, we don't have tar babies. I guess because there's been a lot of mixing. But even if you was the darkest of the dark, you still not black. That's the whole point. But you have these hunkies, right? And have joined this whole club of whiteness. So now it's team white, right? It's team white, and we are in America, so they can, you know, there's not, there's no, there's never, there's no team black in the numbers. 'Cause it's all when we all spread out, right? Got niggas, sprinkle niggas, you know what I'm saying, right? Sprinkle niggas, sprinkle me, niggas. We sprinkled all over this country, right? You see what happens when they're concentrated in certain places, right? I mean, like, I guess with Charlotte, right? North Carolina is, you know, they got, you know, like that. You see how that can work. With, you know, they have some political power down there. They make things happen, right? That's why, you know, they want to change the caucus from Iowa. The Democrats going to change the caucus from Iowa to on North Carolina now, right? But then you can see, but then you can see what happens when, you know, when Detroit. You know, I don't know what to say, right? Detroit, and I don't. Uh, I guess you know drugs, right? Drugs. They introduced drugs up there. I think maybe New York destroyed, right? New York and New York and Chicago fucked up Detroit, right? You know, fucking doing their drugs and then you know sending their drugs there, then going home. Cause that you know that was that was a place you know that was the route that they could do. Like that's how they messed up. I think that's how they messed up Detroit. You know, between Chicago and fucking and and in New York, right? Because you know they had to run through Philadelphia and in the top of right Gary, Indiana, right, all that stuff. I think we're I don't know people. I'm just saying I'm not trying to be how they fucked up the country, how they fucked up where black people live. Like Oakland. Oakland was a sprinkle me nigga place, right? Going and doing a lot of good things. Um, the lunch program like that. Right? Well, we could start. It's like we need niggas like that, right? Like instead of everybody like sharp talking about we can do this, we can this like it's generational amnesia at this point, because like how are the 20 and 30-year olds talking about they don't they don't understand what's going on, and they talking about and this nigga is sharp talking about or they took the man out the house, and like we've known that shit for 50 years now, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no new conversation going on, like I said. And like I said before, they stuck all the smarty art niggas in jail. Oh, you think you gonna be you wanna you wanna you know hide the drugs, put them under here, roll them in your car, this is like smarty art nigga shit, right? People like, so for the smarty art niggas, they got people to start telling on them, or you want to be, you want to get away with something, like how's he getting away with this, you know, somebody else, come and tell, like, right? And you have these because we are just people, right? Because we are just people, and the competition, like when you don't see, you don't see. There's no enemy of my enemy is my friend type of stuff. Sorry, the hell, shit. Oh no, okay. Then I got tangled up in my sheets. I got tangled up in my sheets, people. Okay, I'm back. Um, I'm only 50 years old. You know, sounds like I don't know. If somebody was like 20, right, 19, sounds like I'm old. But if you're like 40, 45, you like you're young. You're young. You're 50, then you realize you could live if you had taken care of yourself. You could live a lot longer. Than they told us. Right? All of that mind fuckery, we thought we were gonna die this age, young, 25, 30, you ain't gonna live to be, then the white, the hunkies and shit, they dying at 40 and 50, you know, because, I'm talking about the movie stars, no regular white people, but like the movie stars, when I was younger, they was dead at 50, 55, 60 at the most, and they, you always grew up seeing some type of tribute to some type of hunky that died. Like George Burns was only, he was the one that lived the longest. I think he held on to 100. Nigga looked like death by the end though. you know, I mean, all those like this, like Lucille Ball. I don't know, like she might have been like 70 something. Desi Arnaz, like all the people, all the Hollywood people. You know, I grew up right. I grew up watching TV, like most of us, for how like people my age, like we know them intimately, and I know more about I know more about white people or hunkies, than they would ever know about niggas, and it's because of the TV, right? You get to see them in all different aspects of themselves. This is why they are not looked at as the monsters that they are, because you have the good kid, or you have the thousands of stories that um incorporates a person. So you never know what could have happened to make this person go down the wrong path, and things like that. Like we don't get that same type of examination of being a person. Like nigga, you shouldn't have did that. Or you did that. How many times you got to rob a bank to be a bank robber? That type of shit. I was thinking like I had like my parents, and like my parents is, and it's like it's so like how you supposed to make like you can't judge your parents, right? And that's the craziest part about everything, because they, you notice the times. I don't know. I just think, I just really think about like my father, and like I didn't even, like we didn't even, I didn't even get around him. I was like 14, 15. Like I say those two numbers, and then like people always say 14, 15, 16. Like that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? Right? From 14 to 15 is a big fucking deal. And like, but it was, I guess it was that winter. So I can't. I think I was like 15, maybe. You know, the Outcast, three boys. And this nigga, he was a kid. He acted like a child. I mean, he a fireman. He a fireman. Got got four kids, right? Three legitimate. One a bastard. But this nigga didn't talk. He didn't talk with no maturity. I mean, if he had to be. Let me see. All right, say I'm 15, right? So he was